The University of Akron's AK Rowdies are some of the best college soccer fans in the country as they get ready to march to the match and then onto your screens as we bring you a prime-time Mid-American Conference tilt. It's Akron, it's West Virginia, it's the AK Rowdies, and it's all next on NSCAA TV. And we are here in Akron, Ohio, First Energy Stadium, Cub Cadet Field. It's Oktoberfest as the AK Rowdies, Akron's passionate student section, gets you ready for Akron and West Virginia. I'm telling you, it's going to be a crazy one tonight on NSCAA TV. Hello everyone, I'm your host Billy Hartman alongside one of the best student sections in all of college soccer, the AK Rowdies. Delighted to be with you tonight for one of the most important games of the season thus far for these two squads. The Rowdies, they know the importance of tonight's game, so they'll be out in full force. Now my boy Zach, what are Rowdies? They are ruthless, they are obnoxious, they are wild, they are dedicated, insane, egotistical students. Those are the AK Rowdies. And to tell you more about tonight's match, let's bring in the voice of the NSCAA, Dean Linke and Steve Bell. Guys.
Thank you so much, Billy. Delighted to be with you and delighted to be with Steve Bell. Steve, great energy here with the AK Rowdies, and now in his second season, Jared Embeck getting it done at Akron.
Yeah, he's taken the baton from the previous coaches right in stride, and he's running with it. One thing that Akron has always been good at is winning games here at home. They still hold the NCAA Division I record for the longest home unbeaten streak, 48 games. This season's no different, Dean. They are undefeated here at home.
Big challenge, West Virginia, Marlon LeBlanc, the head coach.
Well, he'll be the first to tell you that they feel they're not really getting the results they think they deserve on the road. You look at a game in New Mexico, they get a red card 16 seconds into that game. They go to James Madison, they lose in overtime. They think they're better than their road record tells you with only one win. Tonight is a perfect example where they could show the rest of the country how good they are.
Steve, we talked about the coaches. Now let's hear from them. Allie Dosman standing by with Jared Embeck, the head coach of Akron.
Thanks, Dean, and I'm here with Akron's coach right now. So what do you guys have to do tonight to pull off a win over a tough West Virginia team?
You know, I think we're going to have to come out flying, get off to a good start, get on the ball early, try to drive them back. You know, I think when you come here, you know, teams try to get through the first half, and if we can use our energy momentum early, I think that we could turn that into goals.
And what's it like to be here with this crazy home atmosphere? How does that help your team?
It helps a lot. I mean, I think if you look this year, especially with the young squad, you know, we've gotten a lot of goals here and a lot of good results. And, you know, I think they just feed off that energy, and hopefully we can do that again tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight. And now I'll toss it over to Kelsey Steele, who's standing by with Marlon LeBlanc.
Thanks, Allie. Coach, big conference game today. What do you need to do to get the W?
We got to score, and we got to keep them from scoring. Akron's a good team. I think one of the important things for us is going to be we can't let them dictate the entire possession of the game. We've got to hold the ball a little bit. We've got to move it, and you know, we've got to make good on our chances when they come to us.
You know, this is a huge in-conference matchup. What would this win do for you for the rest of the season?
It's just one win. It would give us our 7th on the year, and that's about it. We're still going to have games after it that are just as important, but as far as establishing the lead in the conference, this is the game that will determine that right now.
All right, thanks, Coach, so much. Good luck today. Thanks. Dean, back to you.
All right, Kelsey, thank you so much. And, of course, the broadcast is brought to you by our good friends at Continental Tire. Continental Tire, innovative technology, driving confidence. Learn more at continentaltire.com. Now up in the booth, take a look at the Akron starting lineup real quick.
Yeah, player to look for is their number 10, the captain, Adam Najam. Comes into the game, 3 goals in his last 4 games.
And the starting lineup for Marlon LeBlanc in West Virginia.
Yeah, look out for the number 8, Andy Bevan. Had a big game on NSCAA TV last time with 2 assists and a goal.
Well said, Steve Bell. I'm Dean Linke. Down on the field, Billy Hartman, Allie Dosman, Kelsey Steele, as the AK Rowdies working their way over here to First Energy Stadium, Cub Cadet Field, as we are underway. And let me tell you, delighted to be with you from Akron, Ohio, what has quickly become, Steve Bell, a college soccer mecca.
I'll tell you what, they are a powerhouse here at home. They are very good. It's a big, wide field. They love using the width, and they are tough to beat here.
Getting you ready here for West Virginia and Akron. West Virginia is in the dark blues, Akron in the home whites. The Akron Zips, of course, won the national championship back in 2010 under Caleb Porter. We've done some games here as well. He's gone on to Portland now with the Timbers.
And Jared Embick, really second year, has taken over right where they left off. And one of the things they do well is control and dictate the pace of play here as you have the first foul. But, you know, teams come in here with one of two ideas. Is number one, either pack it in and just hope to get through half, or they try to play with them and they try to possess. And it's very difficult to do.
It's especially difficult once the Rowdies get here, and trust me, folks, they are on the way as it's played out to Thomas. Thomas, the right back, he can deal it, folks. He has had a pretty good season with assists as well. He's got 5 assists as the right back.
Yeah, that's great numbers. I mean, when you've got a strong back like that who can push forward and have 5 assists on the season, that is the type of production you're looking for in the back line.
Goal kick now for Akron, Jake Fenlison. He is a junior from San Diego, and he actually debuted last year in the MAC semis against West Virginia and walked out with a 3-0 shutout. And guess what, folks? He's been in goal ever since.
Yeah, 3 shutouts in his last 4 games, 6 big saves against Bowling Green. And, you know, the other thing about this Akron team is they've got a great goalkeeper back there, but their defense is so strong they don't give up a lot of shots on goal.
That's always been a key part as well. When you look through the spine, the wing players have always been phenomenal for Akron. They usually have a pretty good defensive midfielder like Perry Kitchen, who's gone on to do great things with DC United. It'll be a free kick opportunity now for West Virginia, and here's the talented Andy Bevan. And as Steve Bell told you, he put on a clinic against Virginia Tech earlier on NSCAA TV. He has 5 goals and 6 assists, 23 and 17 for his very successful career, all while getting near a 4.0 at West Virginia. Bevan with the right foot, sent in, driven far post, but handled there by Finlayson, no problem.
Marlon LeBlanc calls him the ace of spades. He's really the big-time player for them, and you saw in that NSCAA TV game how he likes to go at players, very unselfish. He could do it himself, he could score, but he could also set the table for the players around him.
Tracking back. Adam Najem, the player that you talked about, he will be all over the field. Najem from Clifton, New Jersey, All-MAC first team a year ago.
And already you see how West Virginia is taking that high pressure. They're not sitting back. They're not letting Akron, their backs be comfortable on the ball. They're pushing and taking a high line of defense against them and trying to make them play. And it's a good start for them, keeping the ball in Akron's possession.
Akron able to win it back. West Virginia will knock it out of bounds over in front of the Akron bench. Jared Embeck assisted over there by Leo Chapo, Oliver Slauson, Stuart Dobson. He came over from Santa Barbara, also on the bench. Here comes West Virginia, a little push from behind. Referee will let him play.
You talk about assistant coaches. Those assistant coaches are very important. Jared Embeck was the 2010 Assistant Coach of the Year. And they just continue to reload here in Akron, Ohio.
They beat Louisville in the national championship game, which was interesting because Kenny Lola was there before Caleb Porter, and here they were out in Santa Barbara, California, facing each other in the national championship game, which leads to the obvious statement of pretty good coaches have made their way here to Akron, Steve.
Absolutely. You know, you look back at this program they've got, and there's sort of the belief that they've just started to be a good team, and they've been good for a long time. You go back to the start of their program, in 60 years, they've only had 3 losing records.
They're right, celebrating 60 years in West Virginia. Trying to celebrate a goal near post, though, handled by Fenlayson, as Steve Bell talked about. Difficult to get it by him, particularly with that back 4 in front of him. Najim plays it forward. Finds Nate Schultz. Schultz, a freshman out of Cleveland, Ohio. Young team, only 1 senior, 1 junior start here for Akron. 2 juniors when you include the goalkeeper, and this one will come right to Lee Johnston as West Virginia has flipped goalkeepers a little bit this year.
Yeah, it's one area that they've struggled a little bit with. You know, they've got a good defense in front of them, and one of the stats that Marlon LeBlanc has talked about is they give up some of the fewest shots in a game across the country, but they're giving up more goals than a lot of the other teams, and that's not a good stat that you want as a keeper, so they've switched it up a little bit. Lee Johnston is tall, lanky, and he's got the duty tonight.
Loria Larea rather, dropped it top of the 18. Larea, one of those talented freshmen. He's actually part of the Canada Youth National Team from Toronto. And here is Saad Abdul Salam. You think about Sarkodie and you think about Yedlin, and now Salam sort of fits that pattern.
Yeah, other teams have nightmares about the guys coming down the right flank.
Inside, back across. He mentioned the right flank, and sneaking in there is Akron, as Larea was there.
The teams in the World Cup saw the speed of Yedlin as you take a look at this, fighting for the ball here on the near side, cutting in. Larea picks his head up, tries to find someone back post. No one making the run there, but you see how dangerous they can be on the flanks.
Jared Embeck telling us about the niftiness of Larea, and he showed it right there.
Yeah, he's creative. He's got that burst of speed, change of direction, and again, the composure to pick his head up, trying to find that run to the far post.
Mountaineers will switch it. Here's the Jamaican Henry pushing forward. And Salam stepped up. He's got free reign to do that. Even though he's listed at the right back, he can come to the middle, and he'll definitely be doing the running down the right side, as we've talked about already. Bryce Cregan will get a touch on it. Now here's Najim. Now the right side again. Making a run is Schultz right in front. Schultz is there, and Schultz just missed it. Schultz made a perfect run down the middle of the field and almost finished.
Oh, just fantastic counterattack. 2 quick passes and a beautiful run by Schultz, who did well to take it one-timer, and I think he hit it cleanly, just what he wanted to do. As we take a look, the left side, that did not miss by much on a quick strike.
Perfect run, and you know when Akron counters, it's like the right backs, the midfielders, they always know where their attacking players are, Steve, and they put it on a dime right there.
Yeah, a lot of space behind the WVU back four that they really exploited on that quick cross.
West Virginia 6-5-1, Akron 7-4-1. Started the season actually with some tough games at New Mexico and at South Florida, a couple losses, but since then Akron's been pretty good.
That cross came in from Holthusen, who has got 3 goals and 3 assists on the season. And sometimes this season he's been holding the ball a little too much. You saw that time he picked his head up, saw the early cross was on, and found Schultz on a nice breaking run.
Salam will come forward to take the throw in right about the 18. Doesn't even get past the Mountaineer. Akron steps up. Little heavy touch there coming forward, Brad Ruhak. And that was actually number 22, Robbie Dambrot, the son of the Akron coach, Keith Dambrot, who will join us here in the second half. Steve, looking forward to that. Of course, Keith Dambrot's done an amazing job here at Akron. And of course, we also know that he coached LeBron James for a couple years. Wonder if he'll take all the credit for LeBron.
Yeah, what a family. You know, the dad, Keith, is a team MVP, playing third base of baseball, which of course would lead you right into being a basketball coach, right? And then having your son play college soccer. That's the kind of family that is very athletic. Great story.
Incredible story. And they love him here in Akron. He wins 20 games almost every single year, right up there with some of the top programs in the country.
Yeah, took the Zips to the NCAA tournament 3 years, 2009, 11, and 13. And high school days, coached a small school in this area. Most people haven't heard of it, St. Vincent St. Mary, with a guy by the name of LeBron James that happened to play on that team.
LeBron lives right here in Akron and has donated quite a bit of time and some of the green stuff here to the Akron Zips program. He loves the Zips. And here is Dambrot, right on cue. Played into space, or trying to anyway, headed out of there by West Virginia. And here's Diaz. Diaz for West Virginia is a player that Marlon LeBlanc raves about, and Diaz on the touch again.
Diaz, a Houston Dynamo Academy product, and really controls the pace of play, keeps the ball, and not just the simple passes that he makes, but the penetrating passes, finding players, through balls that he can find the target players. And Diaz, for West Virginia to have a good game tonight, it's got to be a lot in part due to their number 7, Christian Diaz.
No score. The best chance came about 2 minutes ago from number 16, Nate Schultz. And here's a shot from distance for West Virginia as they saw Jake Fenlison a little off his line. By Rowdy standards, it's a little quiet here right now on Friday night in Akron. So expect to see more Rowdies matriculating in here, Steve. West Virginia is in. Could make it 1-0 right here. Bevan comes crashing in, and it's in. And West Virginia once again. It is Bevan with the goal, and he delivers on NSCAA TV.
Well, you just mentioned it's a little quiet for the AK Rowdies. It just got a whole lot more quiet as Andy Bevan, who plays big in big games, did something that West Virginia hasn't done a lot of in their matchup against Akron, and that's score a goal. Look at the through ball and the pace to get away and get behind the defenders, takes it off the chest, and just enough to flick it in with the left foot there. His 6th goal of the season, and a little bit shocking here, a great start for West Virginia.
Indeed, it is shocking. He just ran right by Cregan. He was definitely onside. There's no question about that. Once it was played over the top, Steve, he was able to get 4 or 5 yards on the last defender, Cregan.
Beautiful burst of speed, and again, you talk about this Akron team being so strong in the back. That was a little bit of a letdown there. The speed of Bevan to get by and the one-on-one, exactly what Marlon LeBlanc's team needed to start this one off. You look at the series between these two teams, and Akron's won quite a few of them and actually shut West Virginia out in 6 of the last 8 games. So they've already done something that they haven't been able to do before, and that's score.
The last time West Virginia beat Akron was 1972. I'm not sure Steve Bell was even born yet.
Close, but no.
That's a long time. And with a 1-0 lead, they would like to change that here in Akron.
Well, they're finding some success here. Again, we talked in the beginning about West Virginia really feeling that they're a better team on the road than their record would have you think. Again, with that 1 road win on the season, overtime loss to James Madison. They travel out to New Mexico, the early red card, but they feel they've been playing well. And that's the kind of start. And you see they're still picking up the high pressure. They're not packing it in. They're going to try to keep doing what they've been doing so far in this game.
Foul on West Virginia. Akron will have it right at midfield. Steve, you said it best. Shocked. I'm a little shocked right now, in fact. That ball was played over the top, and Bevan just outran everybody.
Well, it's shocking because they're so good here at home, and they don't really allow many chances. Their defense is strong, and really an individual effort. You look at the speed of Bevan to get by. Yeah, there was a nice through ball, but the composure to take it off his chest, and you don't have a lot of those one-on-one situations. Again, 3 shutouts in their last 4 games for Akron. That streak will not continue. But a lot of time left in this one. And Akron, again, a team that can score in bunches.
Larea pushed a little bit, keeps possession. And good team defending, though, by West Virginia. Coming in there, Nick Raskaski, number 3, came in hard, won it back for West Virginia, who definitely does not appear to be intimidated at all. But again, it's a lot quieter here. The Rowdies are still hanging out in the dorms right now, I think.
Well, you look at West Virginia playing that 4-2-3-1 with Kane up top. But look at the line of defense that they're taking right now. Look how high they are as Kane is up there. Most teams don't do that. They sort of let Akron, or Akron finds a way to keep that possession. West Virginia is really saying, well, we're going to come at you. We're going to make you build up.
Great point as they put pressure on Cregan. Here's the goal over the top, Steve.
Yeah, again, Bevan, just the composure there. Takes it off the chest. Doesn't need a hard shot. As the keeper was out, just slides it underneath. Good look there.
Marlon LeBlanc telling us during the week, as we talked about his performance against Virginia Tech, it was a Mac Herman Trophy-esque type performance. And of course, he wasn't on the preseason list. I suspect he'll be on the list as we get ready to name the awards at the end of the season, Steve.
I agree. I think that is a very good possibility.
West Virginia, clean touches, hard foul coming in there by Cregan. As really West Virginia may have been off to the races if they were able to spin out of that.
Yeah, hard foul, a long way from goal as Cregan came in and didn't allow his player to turn.
Ryan Kane.
Kane was there, and Bryce Cregan, the left back, has an older brother, Blaine, that attends West Virginia University, so maybe that was a message to his brother.
Louis Thomas, so good. We mentioned those 5 assists. He'll drop one in. What a great ball. On the turn again. Oh, my. And just missing it again. I do believe this time it was Kane. What a spin by Kane.
I'll tell you what, again, the space in the area. Let's have a look here. Taken down very nicely. The quick turnaround by Kane. 4 goals on the season. That's one of the things he's good at. He's good with his back to goal. You know, direct player, direct presence up there, and first touch was beautiful.
How about the ball, though, from Thomas?
Again, they're finding some room. They're finding some space there. 5 assists on the season. He was looking for another one.
Kane trying to run it down. It's Kane and Bevan, as this time it was Kane again. Both Kane and Bevan wearing those fancy orange shoes. As it's time now to tell you about the official college scoreboard, which is at topdoorsoccer.com for the NSCA for all of your college score needs, along with the most up-to-date scores. Topdoorsoccer.com provides box scores, match, team, and player stats, video highlights, and game recaps of all the action around the country. And your score here in Akron is West Virginia 1, Akron 0. Andy Bevan with his 6th goal of the season and 24th of his Mountaineer career.
Talk about the nifty orange shoes from Bevan and Kane. It might be a New Zealand type of thing. They're both from New Zealand. Actually, 3 New Zealand players out there. As Stuart Holt-Hoosen from Akron is New Zealand as well, part of the U17 World Cup team for New Zealand.
Yeah, both these teams are able to recruit all over the country and, in fact, all over the world. And you think about here, Akron, right here in Ohio, not too far from Cleveland, and it's a destination. They've got Californians, New Jerseyans, Brazilians, New Zealand players as well. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they lost 14 players to the professional ranks, including 9 underclassmen, but the players that come here, they come here because they want to play professional soccer, and they know that can happen here.
Quick foul again by Akron.
Yeah, Damrot with a challenge there, and maybe a little frustration from Akron again, as they're not having a lot of possession right now.
Ooh, a mistake, and West Virginia can make them pay, but a huge save there by Fenlinson, as pushing forward there was Nick Rasaski.
Well, that was
Desiderio.
Yeah, that was a gift. That was a huge opportunity.
Let's take a look again at that mistake. Well, not right now. Yeah, let's do it because the referee has tended to some business. It's Desiderio who sneaks in there.
You talk about that high pressure again, just a little too cavalier in the back as Akron's trying to play out of it, and Cregan there just flat out loses the ball to Desiderio, who could have done and should have done better on that. You're one-on-one again. 1 goal, 1 assist on the season. And he's another player who scored on NSCAA TV the last time. That header goal against Virginia Tech, and probably should have had another one right there. A gift from Akron.
That was the game winner, as it turned out, against Virginia Tech. He is the grandson of the legendary Walter Barr, who was an NSCAA Honor Award winner, and also his sons Matt and Chris Barr were big time.
Yeah, Walter Barr, captain of the U.S. men's national team. Back in 1950, I believe, that team that had the big World Cup win against England. And the Bars, of course, quite a few field goal kickers in that family that won a couple Super Bowls. I think Akron right now is just on the ropes a little bit, though. Again, the opportunities that they've given up, the possession that West Virginia has at midfield, and again, a lot of time to go in this game, but uncharacteristic.
High pressure from Marlon LeBlanc, a well-executed game plan here on the road at a place, as Steve Bell has talked about, is very difficult to win, including that near 50-game winning streak that they held at one point. That was amazing.
It's a nice wide field. It's almost 75 yards wide, and they use the space and width. Akron actually trains on a facility about 12 yards more narrow than this field, so they're used to playing in tight spaces. When they get out here, they've got lots of room. They can knock it around, and it's not happening tonight, though.
More high pressure. See what Akron can do out of the back. Give the Zips credit. Even under this pressure, they're squaring balls right in front of the 18 on their defensive side.
They're living dangerously with the last turnover they have, but if they can break it as they're doing here, they've got some room forward.
They believe in it, and they will stick to it, and because of that, Schultz, who almost had the first goal, is pushing forward. Najam, so good as a freshman, first team All-MAC. Here's Victor Soto from Brazil, and he gets fouled. Let's go down quickly to Ali Dosman on the sideline.
So it's a rare occasion when Akron gives up a goal at home. They've only given up one goal at home so far this season, and it was on a penalty shot. So they're going to have to really up the communication in the back line, specifically with left back Robbie Dambrot, who's in for Andrew Souders, who's the regular starter, out with an injury. Back to you, Dean.
All right, Allie, great stuff. You're right. They are not used to being behind here at Akron, Steve.
This is a game, again, for a younger team. Plenty of time to go in. This is a character type of game where they see, here they come, they're breaking down.
They'll go out of bounds. And a corner kick here now for Akron.
Got a couple opportunities down that far side, right flank. First corner of the game for them.
Najam with the corner. Looking for some white jerseys. Played into the middle. Knocked out of there by West Virginia. Tracking it down is Akron. Sent back in there by Seppi, Sean Seppi, not said his name at all so far, the center forward. Now Akron will give it a go again. He'll send it in. It'll be 5 blue jerseys. It'll be another corner kick now for the Zips.
And the Zips have not had a lot of possession. 2 quick corners in a row here. Let's see what they can do to put some pressure on the Mountaineers.
Driven in again, great ball. And same result as Thomas will flick it out. It'll find Soto. Soto back in, but handled there by Lee Johnston. Played out quickly, West Virginia with the 1-0 lead. Here's the right back, Thomas. Thomas trying to track it down. Coming all the way back in support there, though, is Robbie Dambrot. It'll be knocked out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick for West Virginia. They lead at 1-0 as the AK Rowdies still working their way in here. And they'll say it's a throw-in down near the corner flag. So throw in for West Virginia. Jamie Merriam will take the throw in. Doing the work there is Louis Thomas. Throw in. Big time throw in. Finds Bevan. He's got 1 goal already, looking for the brace. And with that, finally a break here to introduce the fine athletics director here at the University of Akron, Tom Wistrasill. Tom, always good to see you. Love coming here.
Well, great to have you back. Thanks for being here, and excited to showcase our wonderful soccer program again.
We love it. It's the soccer mecca. Done a fantastic job here, and Jared Emmick now in his 2nd season. We'll get to him, though, but how has the men's soccer program, especially over the past 5 years during your reign? Oh, no, West Virginia can make it another goal, and they should never do that with the AD right here, but Andy Bevan has delivered on NSCAA TV. He had a goal and 2 assists a couple of weeks ago, and now he's got 2 goals here. And it's the Andy Bevan Show, a man who wants to put his name in the hat for that Mac Herman, now with his 6th and 7th goal of the season. We'll take a look at the replay, this has been the theme. They play it over the top into space. Slipping down there was Cregan again. First time denied by Fenlinson. Second time, though, finished by Bevan. And West Virginia, I got to tell you, Tom Wistrcill, spoiling the party here a little bit.
Well, that's exactly what's happened. Unfortunately, we're not too far into the game yet, but you never want to fall down 2 goals. That's always quite a big mountain to climb out of.
Well, not if you're the Akron Zips, though. You know they can put the ball in the back of the net, and they'll definitely bring it. But I got to give West Virginia credit for putting some pressure on us. You're hearing the voice of Tom Wistrcill, the fine athletics director, and talk a little bit, though, about the 5 years of soccer, because that goal interrupted it. Sorry, Tom.
No, that's all right. No, we're very fortunate. We got a great soccer program, great history and tradition here at the university, built over a long, long time, and excited about where our program is heading here. We got a young team, but Jared's doing a great job with them and developing, and it's been fun to watch this season, us just get better and better with our team chemistry and with the style we want to play with the ball control. You have to have great chemistry, and it's really come along here over the last few weeks, and I've been very impressed.
Najim over to Schultz. Schultz had the best opportunity early on. Thought he was going to make it 1-0. Here's a great ball from Soto. Flag is up, though, and with that, you talk about great players. Former Zip DeAndre Yedlin crashed the world stage at the World Cup, and with several Zips on the radar for the 2018 World Cup roster. What is their impact on the program, Tom?
Well, it's been tremendous, and we got a great group of young players that are out there playing in the MLS and in other places around the country, and it's just great to see. What DeAndre did this summer was amazing. To go from really not even on the radar screen to making a difference in those games was just a tremendous thing there. So let's see if we can get a break here and get a goal.
Larea dropped it. They may get a goal for Tom Wistrcill, and Akron has pulled one back. And the goal coming from number 9, Stuart Holthusen. And now the Rowdies will make some noise.
Well, that's exciting. That's why they moved most of them down behind the visiting goal over there to generate a little excitement, and just a really nice play off the post there. What do you think of that?
That was beautiful, and boy, they had to do that with you up here as well. So they definitely knew you were watching. Obviously, this is a young team, not a whole lot of veterans, but as the schedule unfolds, how do you like the development of this team?
Well, I really like it. As I said, I think the chemistry is really good, and building some confidence as we enter. These are important games here in the MAC because the key is to win the regular season so you can host the conference tournament. And I know that's what Jared and the team are focused on. That's why all these games are important as we head down the stretch.
Finally, this season shaping up like a big one across the board for Zips Athletics. How has the department grown over your 5 years, Tom, and what type of excitement is there on campus right now for the Zips?
Well, it's a great time to be a Zip. Our football team, our other football team, is having a great year, and we're excited about what our basketball teams are going to be doing. And but certainly a lot of eyes still on our soccer program, and second year under Coach Embick and building a championship, in his tenure here. So great time to be a Zip. We got great fans here in Northeast Ohio. They love soccer. They know soccer, and so we're, like I said, very excited about the direction the program's head.
Free kick opportunity. One last thing, and we'll let you go. But let's see if Akron can tie it up while you're joining us here in the booth at the one.
I mean, if we score here, then I might be staying for a little while.
Steve Bell's out of luck.
That could be. I'll give you my seats back there, Steve. You can go. You can go.
Well said. Let's see what they can do.
A little momentum's a good thing for a young team.
Here comes Akron down the left side. Checked back in. They square it. Najim, he can score. He'll stay with it. Najim tries to keep it alive, and with that clearance, finally, of course, you mentioned Keith Dambrot's coming. LeBron James is coming back. He coached LeBron. How great is that for?
No, it's great. It's a great time in Northeast Ohio. Heck, the Browns are winning football games right now. So, this is like the sports capital of the world right now.
What a move by Najim, and he's taken down, and they will point. It'll be, where'd they call it? I think let's see here. Well, Tom, we will let you go. Thank you so much for being with us. It's been a pleasure. Super exciting.
Well, thank you. It's been great being here. We appreciate everything you guys do for college soccer.
All right, thank you so much. Tom Wistrcill, an action-packed 5 minutes end to end as Tom Wistrcill is in the booth with us. And we'll see, he's taken down, right outside the 18, I do believe. What do you think of that?
Yeah, inches from being a penalty kick for an opportunity to tie this up just outside the 18, and boy, back and forth. Great action in this one.
Are you kidding me? Like, you step off just for a second and end-to-end action, Steve.
I think we're about to switch roles. I just became the athletic director at Akron there for a second. We're going to let him do the color duties. It was more exciting. But in terms of excitement, great chance for Akron now to tie this up. Almost too close. They're going to go with like a 6-man wall.
Najim is over it, as well as the goal scorer, Holthusen. Najim looks very interested. Is he going to try to bend one? We'll see. Holthusen is also there. Najim will take it. Najim will finish. And it's 2-2. And the Rowdies are alive.
Well, anytime you have a wall, you want to take out one area. Look in front there, blocking the goalie. That is wide open. You're given a great look there from that angle, and you saw really they were giving him that whole side. You want the wall to take out that part of the goal. It didn't, and he found it, tucked it away nicely, and what a game we've got here tonight.
It's incredible. Trying to talk to the athletic director, and they're scoring goals and buckets here and tied at 2. I told them they were coming, though, both of them, Steve.
You look at West Virginia, where they had the 2-goal lead, thinking they'd go in the break, but we said it before, Akron can score in bunches.
Holthusen, he was able to pull the first one back. Najim pulled the second one back. And this is exactly why we have the best seat in the house, Steve Bell, right here. Incredible college soccer, and we still have 16 minutes and change left here in the first half.
Well, you talk about the package here, the NSCA TV Game of the Week, and a lot of great games. Well, a nice one to end on here with 4 first-half goals, back and forth. A team on the road like West Virginia, 2-goal lead, but look, there's more coming.
Salam making the overlapping run, and he'll earn a corner kick. Indeed, more goals are coming. Stay with us here on NSCA TV. At halftime, Rob Keogh, the Director of College Services for the NSCA, will break down the season and some key issues for NCAA Division I college soccer. Corner kick. And another shot saved there by Johnson, and both teams firing right now.
Back and forth. Again, you look at the first half of this game, it was all West Virginia, but Akron starting to find their form. Long-range shot looked good.
All right, Steve, so you started to talk about it. You have that 2-0 lead. You're really feeling it. The Rowdies are quiet. If you're Marlon LeBlanc, how do you adjust here to Akron coming back?
Well, yeah, it's not like they did anything different. You almost applaud their effort with the 2-goal lead. They were looking for more. They continued that high pressure. It wasn't like they packed it in. They didn't do anything different. You just got a foul and a great free kick, and you have to blame the wall there. The wall really didn't take out that far post. And the other one, you got a defender that falls down and a shot off the post. So you're not entirely frustrated. You're frustrated you gave up that 2-goal lead, but they really didn't change the way they were playing.
Here's Bevan. Bevan with both goals. As Bevan clearly likes the lights of NSCAA TV, now with 3 goals and 2 assists in a game and a quarter.
Well, he is solid. He just picks his time to play, and was really, he was flying here in the first half, and I don't want to say it's all for naught, but the momentum they had is gone.
Schultz switching a little bit. Is Akron, Sam Gainford, we expected to see him. He's wearing number 7. He's on the left side, and he's in now for Jared Embick.
He had a nice shot moments ago there that went right to the keeper, Lee Johnston. Jared Embick actually had those 2 subs up on the bench before the first goal, subbed them in after the first goal, and they kept that momentum going.
Clint Casso has also come into the game back here at left back. And Casso, as it looks like Jared Embick has adjusted quite a bit.
The key thing, as you mentioned, you know, if you're Marlon Blanc and if you're West Virginia, you gotta keep your head up, right? I mean, you're here in Akron. You had the 2-goal lead, but you're right where you started. You know, and what was working before should keep working. They have to keep that high pressure up, keep attacking the backs of Akron.
Chad Arslan will come in for Desiderio, and boy, we've got to remember that Desiderio play when he was able to pick the pocket, and you thought maybe it was going to be 3-0 Steve Bell, and a great save by Jake Finlayson to keep it at 2-0. How important is that play?
Well, yeah, he's had a couple big saves. I mean, he made the first save on Bevan, and it was the rebound shot that went in. So that would have been huge, getting the 3-goal lead. But Arslan comes in. He's the spark plug in the midfield. He can change speed well, and he's going to play the last 13 minutes here and see what he can do.
Battle on the right side. Stepping up there is Raskaski. Raskaski will knock it out of bounds. Quick throw in. Played to Soto. Gotta like the way the Brazilian plays. Now Casso into the game. Played to Dambrot. Now Gainford. Gainford, like he was pushed. Referee letting him play. Referee's going to have a workout here tonight. Larea, he'll take a shot.
Yeah, I like the decision from Larea. Only 1 goal on the season, but again, a little change of speed, cuts inside, has it on his right. It's teed up there. Give it a go. Good look.
Bevan now with goals number 6 and 7 as he pushes to 20 points. Came into this game tied with Jamie Merriam, and Merriam, a quality player. We've not said his name as much. Tucked back again. And dancing all over the place is Andy Bevan.
You just see how he turns on a dime there. 2 defenders there, the cutback. Led the league in points and goals last year, and he's picked up a couple more tonight. He takes all their corners.
9 goals and 6 assists a year ago, 7 goals and 6 assists right now. A lot of soccer left. Bevan looking for the far post. Too strong for Raskaski, and it'll roll out of bounds. And every time there's a goal kick, there's just a deep breath for about 10 seconds, and then it starts up again, Steve.
Yeah, we talk again about this Akron team as a younger team, but and we said it when they were down 2-0. This is a chance to build that character where you're at your home field, you're down in a game that you know you should be controlling, and they've responded nicely. But still a long way to go in this one.
The Zips win it in the midfield. Schultz coming all the way back. Ruhak stays. Bryce Cregan, though, who was beat over the top a couple times by Bevan, will go to the bench with Casso coming in. It's not every day you see any members of the back four substituted for in the first half, but Cregan, just a freshman, he's got a bright future, part of the U.S. Under-17 pool.
Yeah, they were shaky, though. I mean, you look at them being solid, and you typically don't want to sub your center backs. The communication and or anyone in the back line if you don't have to. But not only the players getting through, like Bevan breaking through, but then the giveaways, the save that you talked about, the just not sharp in the back. And that has changed here in the second part of the first half.
Dambrot. Robbie Dambrot. Now Najim, who hit the second goal for the Zips. Soto. And Soto pushed off the ball. Najim gets a lot of the headlines, but the rock is Victor Soto, the Brazilian sophomore.
Yeah, you see how smooth he is on the ball. The high pressure there as Akron is doing what they're trying to do is keep the ball more. They're moving around. They want West Virginia to do some running. And again, West Virginia, high pressure. They're coming up, but Soto with the deception there, the quick cut to draw the foul.
Down near the end line, Zips Able to keep it alive as running it down there was Dambrot, the left back. They do it on the both sides here, left back and right back. Dambrot on the left side for Jared Embeck.
Dambrot just ran out of little speed there, not able to catch up to it and get the leg on it that he wanted for the cross to the far post.
They'll drop it. Nobody seemed to know exactly.
That's sort of the epitome of this first half. It's been even. Let's not go with the throw in. Let's go with the drop ball because it's been two separate halves.
So well said. Steve Bell in the booth. Dean Linke, delighted to be with you here on NSCAA TV, is Abdul Salam, the senior who actually won a state championship with Will Trapp. You mentioned those holding midfielders. Will Trapp, another one. Played forward.
Down in Gahana, outside of Columbus, won the state championship. And he gets forward. He hasn't gotten forward that much tonight, but 2 goals and assists.
Dambrot gets forward with that left foot driven across. They serve balls with a purpose here at Akron, and I love it.
Yeah, the difference between just kicking the ball and picking your head up and finding the target, and they whip it in there. Foul whistled on Akron, though.
All right, Steve, with the score tied at 2, let's go down to the 5th member of our crew, standing on the sideline, Kelsey Steele.
Yeah, Dean, thanks. I had a chance to actually talk with Coach LeBlanc earlier this week. I asked him, how does he really feel about this rematch going on? And he says, Kelsey, the rematch is the last thing I'm thinking of right now. He talks about how this year it's a new team, new mindset, and he has a really good feeling that they are prepared to take the next step. He believes that they play at the highest level, we can win this game. So you know that season-ending loss to Akron last year is the last thing from his mind. And I think if he's able to keep up the pressure we saw in the first half, they might be able to turn this around and go home with the W.
Kelsey, thank you so much. West Virginia maybe right on cue. Will at least try to take the lead as it falls at the top of the 18. There's Kane there. As Kane and Bevan continue to take shooting practice on the Akron goal.
Yeah, you look at Marlon LeBlanc, and what's important to him right now is that RPI ranking, and he knows that his group is probably just on the outside. He has him pegged right around 43, so a good result tonight is you're looking for that selection process and then trying to get back in the NCAA tournament. You know, a win here, a result here would be a big step in that direction.
West Virginia throw-in. Bevan thought he was fouled.
For as much as they let him play tonight, I think both teams were surprised at that whistle. It's been a clean game, not a lot of fouls on either side.
Larea. Abdul Salam. Look at the right back. Into the 18. He crosses it! Looking far post. Lurking there was Najim, and he was about 6 inches too late.
Well, you talk about passing with a purpose, and Salam is so quick. Look at the long strides he's got. Look, blows by his defender with a touch, picks his head up again. He's got 2 targets, perfect ball across. That's got to be finished by either one of them. Nice run by Najim, making the effort to dive there, but maybe anticipating the play a little bit more, knowing his right back Salam is going to beat him. He's going to get it there. Make that run with confidence.
Bevan playing it into space to Arslan. Knocked out of bounds, though. Back to Akron.
Well, both sides have that shot that they're going to look back on if this goes to a tie. Desiderio, who had the one-on-one, and now Akron's got one as well.
Najim plays it over to Soto. Fenlison. Give it to Ruhak.
Fenlison, the current MAC Player of the Week, has been busier than probably he expected tonight.
Najim. He's got Dambrot behind him. And running into space there Najim, he's able to almost go through people like they're not there, and it's not like he's a big guy. Just the ball sticks to his shoe.
You probably could have done better with that. They had 3-on-2. They had the numbers there looking for the early cross, but give credit to the Mountaineer defense there for standing him up.
Gainford. Not sure if he knew that ball was long or he thought he was offside. It wasn't even close to being offside. Now Henry. West Virginia's had success knocking it over the top. And of course, Akron's had success working it wide and delivering it across.
Yeah, when West Virginia was playing very well early in the game, when they got the 2 goals, it was partly due to the buildup, but also partly due to the high pressure that they were putting on, winning the ball like this. They got more of that where they're taking a high stance, winning these 50-50 balls, than a quick counter.
Rhea trying to put some pressure on Raskoski, and Raskoski looking to find Kane. For West Virginia, continues to be the Andy Bevin show, but for Akron, down 2 goals here at home. Got to give them a whole lot of credit for coming back with those 2. Steve, you made an interesting point when you talked about the fact that West Virginia didn't really change their game after that 2-0 lead. I wonder if they'll regret that at all. Here's Gainford down the left side. Gainford tucks back in on his right foot. He'll have a go. Oh! You could see that bending around. I don't know if it was going to be there, but Lee Johnston with the save.
Boy, Johnston is tall, he's lanky, and he wasn't going to leave it up to chance there. Might have been going wide on the great shot, as we'll take a look here on a good angle, but waiting for the defender to come back. The quick cut back, gets it on the right, picks his head up again. He's going for goal, shielded in front. That was going to go wide, but nice work by Johnston to push it wide.
Just to make sure, Raskoski's got the near post covered. As it falls to the top of the 18, it's Bevin who will clear it long, as under 90 seconds left here in what has been, without question, one of the great 45 minutes of end-to-end action here this season, Steve. Abdul Salam not done. And the Zips looking for more. Abdul Salam with the throw-in. Saad Abdul Salam. And Abdul Salam, remember, he started that play with the throw-in, and it's scooped off of shoe there by Johnston.
Yeah, just great movement off the ball from Salam, knowing he was going to make his run, timed it, was onside. The through ball couldn't find him, though.
30 seconds, which in this game is a lifetime. Anything can happen. Gainford, who just took that brilliant shot a little over a minute ago. He'll square to Larea, and Larea's pushed. They'll stop the clock. Free kick opportunity with 15. A card will come out, and a little bit of pushing and shoving as well. A prime-time Mid-American Conference matchup here.
Yeah, as you said, we're going to play all of the 45 minutes in this one. 15 seconds to go, and a smart foul as numbers were getting back. Actually, if he'd let that pass go, Akron had a player wide open on the right side attacking 4. So good foul here. As you see the player at the top of the screen, can't make out who that was, but good foul there. You pick up the yellow card, you give yourself time to get set up, and hopefully your keeper's going to come up big here.
Akron over the ball. Holthusen, he's got 1. He will not have 2.
I say it's a smart yellow only if that happens. If it goes in the back of the net, then it's not. But what a half.
Wow. Steve, I'm winded. 45 minutes of play, and your score, Akron 2, West Virginia 2.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, a tale of 2 parts of that half, with West Virginia coming out flying, getting the first goal, 2 goals, and the Bevin show doing it twice. But you got to credit Akron. They are good at home. They did not panic. They fought back, and we're we're starting over again.
Take a look here now at the NSCAA Disney Soccer Player of the Week, and getting it done for Carlos Samuano's UNC Tar Heels. Andy Craven with a multi-point week for UNC as they climb back up the rankings. Congratulations to the transfer from Charleston, number 10, Andy Craven, your NSCAA Disney Soccer Player of the Week. And we'll quickly take a look at the NSCAA Continental Tire Top 10 as Jared Embick makes his way over, and Washington actually losing as well, so the top 10 is going to change.
How about that? The jinx of the top 10. Washington loses to UCLA. You look at Syracuse, a big win at UConn in Storrs, Connecticut. They go up 4-0. And Georgetown, they lose at home to Providence. So we're going to have more and more. What I like about those top 3 teams, none of those 3 teams have ever won the national championship. So, but again, changes up top with a couple losses.
Your top 10 is brought to you by Continental Tire. Proud to be the presenting sponsor of the NSCAA College Soccer Game of the Week. And Allie Dosman is down with Akron head coach Jared Embick.
Thanks, Dean. So, Coach, what are your thoughts on the first half?
We didn't come out and compete with the intensity that they did, and we got punished. We're going to have to tighten it up in the back and on goal kicks, and work on being a little bit quicker in the build-up. If we do that, there'll be chances there to win the game.
And your midfield really seemed to gain momentum and control as the half went on. What changed?
I think a couple subs, kind of brought some energy, and once we were able to pick up some loose balls and come clean out of the back, those guys found space and took advantage of it, and we came to life and got the 2 goals back and almost took the lead.
Great, Coach. Thanks. Dean, back to you.
All right, Jared Embick, the head coach of Akron, coming back from a 2-goal deficit. It's 2-2 here at halftime as you're watching Akron and West Virginia on NSCAA TV.
When the door of opportunity opens, what do you see? A landscape to pursue your passion and a rewarding career. A university with $120 million in student awards to lower the cost of education. A place where work opportunities during college lead to great jobs.
Akron has opened my eyes to so many opportunities.
New career options.
Akron gave me the motivation to make my dreams come true.
The University of Akron, where you get the greatest lifetime return on investment of any Northeast Ohio public university.
You watch the match live. You road trip to the away games. You rise and fall with every run. Above all, you live your love of the game. Whatever you do, get there with Continental Tires and improve your grip with extreme contact traction.
Continental Tire, for what you do.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. No matter where you are in your coaching path, we have something for you. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education.
The broadcast of this match is authorized by the National Soccer Coaches Association of America. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of any image, sound, account, or description without the express written permission of the NSCAA is strictly prohibited. It's halftime here at the University of Akron, where the Zips and Mountaineers are all knotted up at two goals apiece. Exciting first 45 minutes of action here. Now this is a 20th game of an impressive D1 college program here on NSCAA TV, put together beautifully by the Director of College Programs, Rob Kehoe, who caught up with Dean Linke before tonight's match.
Thank you, Billy and Rob. Delighted to be with you here in Akron as we wrap up an incredible season. I got to tell you, I've had the most fun this season. Thanks for putting together an incredible schedule.
Well, This is our 7th year of doing this, so we've done over 140 games in the last 7 years on Fox Soccer Channel and then now on NSCA TV. And I think this year has been a very special season. Some surprises even in the matchups that we selected, how well they turned out. So it's been a wonderful season, and here we are, game 20.
Some highlights for you this year.
Well, highlights, I would say, start with our first game. I knew that Utah Valley University was starting a program, and even before they selected a coach, they had contacted me just to talk about their search and wanting to get integrated into the Division I coaching community. I invited their associate athletic director to the convention 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, maybe it is now even, and we met and we just talked about their excitement for the program. And then they hired Greg Moss as their coach, and then they contacted me and said, you know, we've heard you have a television package. Would you ever consider us? And I said, actually, I've already considered you because I think it's a great story for college soccer. We looked at their schedule with UMass coming, and we decided to open the season at Utah Valley, and we were not disappointed with the Green Man Group.
Incredible.
3,000 and
great way to start. A couple other great highlights too, right?
Oh, that was terrific. I mean, you unveiled the Hofmeister that night, and then we followed that up with the going to Maryland the following week, 7,500. There, our 10th year in a row going to the University of Maryland ever since the inception of the College Game of the Week program. Then also we've been around to the various locations from coast to coast. We've been back to Santa Barbara, which is always special, Yukon with the men and women, and I think my highlight in watching the games of the year was the goal that was scored with the young woman on the ground heading the ball in with her.
One of the best goals of the year.
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic for them to come back and win that game 3-2. And then coming back here at Akron. Akron is one of the teams, one of, I think, only 3 teams for 5 years in a row we've been to this facility. And to see what has evolved here over the years has been very, very special.
A lot of important issues right now in college soccer, including the split seasons. Give us a quick update on that.
Well, what has been termed the split season is really what we're calling an academic year season. And it's been something that's been talked about for a number of decades, but the focus has been somewhat re-energized over the last couple years with the view of trying to make a better format for the college game. And there's been the concern that it's a too compact schedule where too many games are played in a short period of time. Just talking with one of the coaches from the Big Ten today on my way over here, he said we've played 5 games in 15 days. And so the coaches have looked at this and said it would really be nice to spread this season out, not add more games, but have a game a week over the course of the fall, take a break, and then have a similar pattern in the spring, and then take the NCAA tournament and put it into a spring format, closing with the College Cup like around the first week of June rather than what we have in December now, where it's very difficult to find venues that can really host an event mid-December, generate the type of visibility and crowd that you want for the presentation of the game. So to look at that as far as more visibility, more popularity for the game, but also more balance, just for the students' academic balance, their personal life balance, rest and recovery. So it's been a concept that's been developed, and now we're in the stages of really sorting out with the players, would they like it, the coaches, would they like it, lobbying in terms of talking with conferences and NCAA and member institution people, just to see where the concept is going to go.
Big issue, only have about 30 seconds left, but a quick timeline.
Well, the timeline will be, as I mentioned, we're going to do a lot of surveying, a lot of discussions in the next number of months. If there's to be a formal proposal submitted, it would be September 1st of 2015 to get it into the NCAA legislative cycle and see where it goes from there. And right now, it's something that's being considered for both the men and women, but we still have to decide the final position for both.
Rob, great season. You, like me, love college soccer. Hope you love college soccer, too. We'll be back with more from Akron and West Virginia, right here on NSCAA TV.
Now Now's your chance to be part of the most popular soccer camp in North America. Challenger Sports offers a wide range of programs with over 3,000 British soccer, Tetra Brazil, and Soccer Plus camps for players of all ages and abilities. Join me and Challenger's talented and committed coaches as we help develop new skills, build confidence, and find the magic in your game.
Summer camps are filling up. Register early at challengersports.com and get your free game jersey today.
Crystal Clinic Orthopedic Center was recently ranked Ohio's best. That means you can expect fewer complications, better inpatient quality, superior patient safety, and the active lifestyle you deserve. When Patricia McGrew was hit with severe hip pain, she had a total hip replacement at Crystal Clinic Orthopedic Center.
I noticed right away. I stood up and I didn't have any pain. I just had my life back.
Get out of life's waiting room. Visit crystalclinic.com/bestorthocare.
Coach named Ziggy Schmidt. He got a hold of me at 18 years old. It was great for me because, you know, he was strict on us, he was strong with us, but he was very fair. I have to make time for the things I want to do. I want to get better at my sport. I have to take some time, set time aside and do that. Really taught me about the game in general, the tactics, you know, how to watch a game, how to see a game. A lot of the lessons I learned from Ziggy, I kept with me throughout my whole career. And it was good because, you know, I always wonder what my path would have been like if I had a different coach.
See what you're made of. You ever coached under 12s before? Can't say I have. You're not a team. You don't deserve to be a team. Sorry, I shouted at you. It's not just about football. It's about dreams.
Welcome back inside an energetic First Energy Stadium, Club Cadet Field, where it's the Akron Zips 2, the West Virginia University Mountaineers 2. Exciting first half. Now I'm here with Akron Rowdy, Michael Osborne. Michael, why is the AK Rowdies the best student section in all of college soccer?
Well, I mean, we're the best student section because we come from one of the best cities. We're behind the city. We've got a great program, winning program, and it's easy to get behind somebody that always wins. So,
speaking of winning, prediction for tonight's game. Who do you think is going to take? It's been a pretty exciting 45 minutes.
I would say the Mountaineers mainly got lucky. We're going to go up by 3 really quickly, and then since we don't want to hurt them too bad, we're just going to let it coast after that.
Sounds good. Well, that's Michael Osborne, AK Rowdy. Keep it here on NSCAA TV for more stats and highlights.
The NSCAA convention to me is probably the best place to get any sort of education of a wide variety that you can go in the world.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm ready to go on.
Super excited.
Pretty excited.
Oh, super excited, yes. Now I'm excited to just be a part of it and experience it all, take it all in.
You watch the match live. You road trip to the away games. You rise and fall with every run. Above all, you live your love of the game. Whatever you do, get there with Continental Tires and improve your grip with extreme contact traction.
Continental Tire, for what you do.
Welcome back here to Akron. The halftime score is Akron 2, West Virginia 2, and standing by with the West Virginia coach Marlon LeBlanc is Kelsey Steele.
Yeah, Dean, you told me before the game that you guys needed to score. Andy Bevan's done that twice for you so far.
Yeah, you know, he's hit twice, and we probably could have had a couple others if not for some good goalkeeping on the other end. But why not just start the game over again at halftime?
Any adjustments you're looking to make in the second half?
Yeah, I think we started the game very, very well for the first 25, 30 minutes, and then we kind of lost our shape a little bit. We got to get back to doing what we did in the first half, and got to keep it a little bit better.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Dayton, we're excited for a second one. Back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Kelsey Steele. Great job down there as we get ready to start the second half. West Virginia in their all blue, Akron in all white. Take a look here at your halftime stats.
We talked about starting over again. You got the 2 goals apiece and really a half that was broken into 2 perfect segments.
Lots of shots on goal right there. 7 for Akron, 9 for West Virginia. As an action-packed first half and an action-packed halftime as well. Rob Keogh joining us. Good work hearing from both coaches as well. We'll show you the goals during the second half here as well. If you're just tuning in, stay with us. 4 goals in the first 45, and as Marlon LeBlanc said, probably could have been more.
Yeah, both teams could have had more. I mean, you talk about 4 goals in the first half, but both teams had good looks that they could have got a third goal. And, listening to both coaches about what they liked and what they need more of in the second half, Marlon LeBlanc really thinks that they lost their shape partway through that first half. That high pressure was good, but they got to keep the ball more when they do win it back.
West Virginia. Steve, we talked about in the first half how West Virginia recovers from losing that 2-goal lead. If you're Jared Embeck coming back from 2 goals, what was your message to the Zips at halftime? I'll let you answer that after the Zips perhaps get the 3rd goal. As Schultz, little step over, then pushes it to the right side. Dancing around, held up for the moment, dropped back with his left foot, and cleared out of there by West Virginia. Here's Bevan.
Yeah, well, he said that they didn't come out and start very well. We didn't compete early in the game. They came out. We didn't match their tenacity. So I would think one thing is he wants to make sure they come out flying. And as you could tell, tempers are flaring here in the early going as Akron wanted to come out a little faster, a little more aggressive than they started the game.
A little bit of finger pointing as well. And you know that Bevan's not going to back down.
It's conference soccer time. Games are more important as you get down the stretch. The temperatures are dropping, the leaves are changing, and every game is more and more important. And you're seeing that at midfield right now.
Steve Bell, who played at Robert Morris, you know exactly how it does. The intensity changes when conference soccer heats up.
Yeah, as a coach, you want to be peaking right now, right? You've experimented with your lineup, you've tried different formats, you're looking for that chemistry that you've got, and right now as you hit the conference stretch is when you really want to know who you are and what you need to do.
And West Virginia continuing to put pressure on Jake Finlayson, who has done a good job. Now remember, he didn't play at all last year until the semifinals of, you talk about conference, the Mid-American Conference Tournament against West Virginia, and came up with a shutout, and he's been in goal ever since.
Came into the game with a .72 goals against average and has got a couple that squeaked by him today in this one, but made a couple big saves as well. And you see, this is the patience that Akron needs to do. They need to keep it, even with that high pressure. Can you play out of it? Can you keep possession and slowly make your way upfield as every player is good on the ball here?
Najim sliding to try to take that pass. Great display of athleticism really there by Najim. Akron has really made that 4-3-3 system go, and of course when you really analyze Akron, it really feels more like of a 2-5-3 as they normally just play with the 2 center backs.
Yeah, and the outside backs, they seem like forwards at times. They get in the mix.
Speaking of in the mix, miss hit there. As you can tell, the Rowdies have heard about this game, and look at the crowd now behind the goal. That's what you love. That's why you come here to First Energy Stadium, Cub Cadet Field. They're starting to get noisy.
and they give it to the goalies. I'll tell you, I was at a game earlier this year where they played Hartford, and they will talk to the goalkeeper during the game, and not just the typical yelling at him. I mean, they're actually creative. One guy that was back there was talking about, hey, I saw you play in high school. You looked really good, and they're actually friendly with him and distracting the goalkeeper. And the Hartford goalie actually talked back a little bit, and they are a creative bunch, but they are passionate, intense, as you heard at halftime. They are very passionate about their team.
Great work, Steve Bell. Who won that game, by the way? Hartford.
That was an Akron Zip win.
Of course it was. First Energy Stadium, Cub Cadet Field. It's near impossible to come in here and get a win. We thought West Virginia was going to roll out of here, but Tom Wistersole, the athletic director, came on down 2-0, and we told him those goals were coming back, and they got them back within minutes. Now the Mountaineers, let's see if they can answer.
At a Hartford game, it was Salam and Ruhak that came in, 2 defenders to score the goals, as they have done time and time again. They can get into the attack.
What a job Caleb Porter did here, and now Jared Embick in his second season was Caleb's associate head coach and the natural choice to continue what Akron has built. Kenny Lola, then Mr. Porter. Bevan, what a clever touch. Referee plays advantage. Kane is there. Kane can shoot it. And instead of shooting wide open there, at least for a moment, was Arslan. He wanted it.
He did want it. You got to like pulling the trigger there was Kane, as Salam was chasing him down, cut the angle down nicely. Not too many players can get around Salam in speed. So Kane put on the brakes there, and I think he was shooting all the way there. Did not pick his head up for the pass. And I like the efforts. Just got to keep it on frame, though.
Akron starting to go a little bit more over the top. We saw West Virginia do that in the first half, and that led to their 2 goals.
Well, both coaches talked at halftime about how they have to be a little bit tighter, keep the ball a little bit better, a little crisper passes, and a little bit faster in possession.
Dambrot, great ball in, and a touch, a clever touch at that. Number 16, Nate Schultz from Dambrot, and it's 3-2 Zips.
What an effort from Nate Schultz, making only his 3rd start. The near post run. Three unanswered. Look at it, they get it wide. Dambrot picks his head up, low cross in the area, and Schultz is just going to outwork to go to the near post. The quick flick as Nate Schultz, who scored 36 goals at Mayfield High School, gets his 1st of the season. What an effort.
First of his career for the young freshman from Cleveland, Ohio, like Robbie Dambrot, part of the Internationals SC, a program that you know very well, Steve Bell.
Internationals Soccer Club has been around forever. They actually have their fall tournament tomorrow.
See how the Mountaineers can answer. They have not beaten Akron since 1972. And they now trail 3-2 after having a 2-0 lead.
Great entry pass there by Robbie Dambrot. Again, didn't have to go and elevate it, didn't have to hit it in high. He saw the run from Schultz, played it low behind defenders where maybe you'd like to see Lee Johnston come out a little bit more and cut that angle down as he was beaten to the near side.
Raskaski. Gotta love the look of Raskaski. Soto. I've been extremely impressed with Victor Soto, and both defensively and offensively.
What a smart player he is as well. And when you look at the game-tying goal, the second goal that was scored from Najem, and when we look at the replay later, you see Soto that's actually in front of the goalie in an offside position. He's running back and forth in front of Lee Johnston, and he knows he's got to get out of position before the shot's taken, but he's distracting him. He's in front of him. Gets out of the way, and that's the second goal of the game. Just a heads-up smart play, and he is a very smart player out there. Again, West Virginia, though, they've had their chances. They really have, and they need this game. We've talked about it before. They're probably a bubble team trying to make it back in the NCAA tournament, and they need some results.
Christian Diaz. Over the top, sitting in the midfield for West Virginia is Kristen Diaz and Joey Piacic. Piacic, the freshman from Lee Summit, Missouri. And Piacic with 5 assists, and he's had to do quite a bit of the defending, so we've not said his name a whole lot.
He's been really the most consistent player on this team, according to Marlon LeBlanc. He just likes the way his effort, and again, sometimes you want that in the midfield. The guy that's going to do the work, he's out there, he's consistent.
Akron, the national champions in 2010. One of the things that has happened as well with the homegrown situation is Akron has seen quite the revolving door with players going to the next level here.
Yeah, we talked about that. The 14 players went to professional ranks, including the 9 underclassmen. You look at the DeAndre Yedlins of the world 2 years ago, Akron Zip, now MLS All-Star, World Cup veteran, soon to be playing in the EPL. Flag stays down.
Schultz, Najim into the Rowdies. Tell us more about those pros.
Yeah, you got Perry Kitchen, who you mentioned, MVP for DC United last year, big part of their turnaround. Darlington Nab, 2011 MLS Goal of the Year, Darren Maddox, Ben Zemansky, Steve Zakawani, Michael Nanchoff. I mean, they keep reloading, and I think the way they're able to do it is buying into the fact that you come to Akron and you have the opportunity to go and play professional. And, they look at training sessions of top European teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid. And they like to possess the ball and move it around. It's a great preparation for that next step. So you talk about coming in Akron, Ohio, despite what the fans said about being the best city in the country. There's a lot of great cities out there that college players can go to when they're deciding where to go to school, but players come here because they want to play pro.
Little bias from that fan as Bevan will drop it. Get a hard tackle in the back. See if Najim can get out of danger. Look at Soto, just so clean.
Yeah, they just control the middle of the field. Just play smart, simple soccer.
Najim clipped from behind. That could draw a card. They'll stop the clock. Najim gets right up.
He's got to be careful here. He's got the foul. It was called. Doesn't like it. And this is the second time now we've seen a little skirmish.
Referee needs to get this one under control. It'll be a yellow card. And a red now for number 12 for West Virginia, Jamie Merriam, the captain, who, as you said, needed to be careful.
Well, he's got his second yellow card, picked one up in the first half with about 15 seconds to go. I talked about it being the smart foul, and it is a smart yellow card, but it's not smart when you know you got a yellow card and you do something like that. So, something that has happened to West Virginia before. Getting the red card in a road game happened in New Mexico. This one now in the second half, but the work just got much harder and the hill a little bit steeper. You got to know how to play. When you've got a yellow card already, you know you can't take those types of fouls.
Referee will stop the clock again. And Marlon LeBlanc's pretty animated over there on the far side. You see the coaching staff behind him, Mike Lapper. Scott Bowers, of course, Mike Lapper starred at UCLA, was a member of the 92 Olympic team, 94 U.S. World Cup team, long time part of the Columbus Crew right down the road. But Marlon's not exactly pleased at the moment as he'll have to face the Akron Zips, down a man and down a goal, and Akron looking for more. Dancing around. It'll be deflected, and a corner kick to the Zips as Merriam sent off with the 2 yellows.
As you look at it here, breaking free, he's got some room coming forward. Just really a silly challenge there. Again, you got the yellow card. I'm not sure what Marlon Blanc, I'm trying to get the team motivated there, but that's just a hard foul from behind, especially when you're a player that's already in the books with a yellow.
Another shot for Akron. We talked about it's been quite a long time before West Virginia has defeated Akron, and now doing it here at First Energy Stadium, Cub Cadet Field, down a man with the crowd getting into it. That's a long road.
It really is. You know, you look at this West Virginia side that been ranked in the top 25 each of the past 8 seasons. And you look at last year, not the results that they wanted, but was confident in this team that this is a team that could come back and play at a high level, and they have. They've had some frustrating moments this season. We talked about the New Mexico game, again, that red card 16 seconds in, but it's plays like that that's really going to damage a season where the younger players, you need to make sure that they are not making those types of mistakes and knowing how to play when you've got the yellow card as this one goes out with another hard foul.
And the referee trying to get it under control. He'll now give a yellow to Kane. And he's also talking to Bevan. And the fear is more cards may be coming.
Yeah, this is when you want your leaders to step up, get control of it again for West Virginia.
Mark Lawrence running the show. Eric Blackburn and Connor Williams, your assistant referees. Abdul Salam trying to find Laria Najam to Dambrot. We'll talk to Robbie Dambrot's father, Keith Dambrot, the fine head coach of Akron, here in a little bit. All right, let's go down to the sideline and Allie Dosman.
All right, Dean, so after that third goal, the entire AK Rocky section has been on their feet, going nuts, but that was not the case with Jared Embeck and the rest of the Akron bench. There was a couple fist bumps, a little bit of clapping, but for the most part, it doesn't seem they're ready to celebrate this one until 90 minutes is up.
Great job, Allie. We'll see if West Virginia can get one back. That would be huge. Taking down into the 18. The West Virginia player thought he had a case for a penalty.
Yeah, bodies definitely went to the ground, whether it was the diving header. To his credit, not a lot of complaining this time from Marlon LeBlanc in the area.
It was Jack Elliott. Great work from Allie Dosman, Kelsey Steele, our host Billy Hartman, joining us here in Akron, Ohio. Big show for game number 20 out of 20 Division I style as part of the NSCAA TV Game of the Week. A lot of fun having Rob Keogh on at halftime. Laria will leave it here. Abdul Salam. And getting in the way not once but twice, Raskaski. And Raskaski will go down with a cramp.
Nice defensive work by Raskaski there, though. Not an easy task trying to keep Abdul Salam at bay, and blocked 2 crosses in a row there, which is about all you can do when you're one-on-one with him with the speed that he's got on this near side.
Remind everybody that coming up in Philadelphia, January 14 through 18, the NSCA Convention, the world's largest soccer show, MLS Draft, NWSL Draft, best clinicians in the world. Steve, it's always a great event.
Place to be, absolutely.
Corner kick for the Zips. It's really turned out to be a wonderful night as well. We thought maybe some wet stuff was going to make its way here to Akron, but it has been just perfect. Corner kick for the Zips. Under 30 minutes remaining in this one. Akron on top 3-2. Back across. the 18. The Zips looking for more in front of the AK Rowdies. Najim, boy, and Abdul Salam was getting ready to bike one. Abdul Salam will drop it back. Dambrot in. And here's Dambrot with that left foot, playing it into space. And it'll come back to Johnston, who has seen quite a bit here tonight, but also Jake Finlinson has seen a few as well, as West Virginia could have easily been up 3-0.
Yeah, you had the 2-goal lead. The giveaway in the back line is Akron was not very sharp in the first 20 minutes of this game, where it could have gone up by a score of 3-0, but held on, made a couple big saves, and then here came the Zips.
A whistle. As we roll on here in the second half, it has been an unbelievable atmosphere and an unbelievable game, and we have been telling you all game long about the fine play of Robbie Dambrot, and we told you his dad was going to join us, the fine basketball coach for the Zips, and indeed he is here now. Keith Dambrot. And Keith, first of all, more than anything about basketball, you must be just a super proud dad.
I am. He had a tough time last year. He had 3 stress fractures and really came out of nowhere. Didn't play till May, so I'm very proud of just how hard he's worked to get to this point.
Hearing the voice of Keith Dambrot, the Zips men's basketball head coach, who has done an amazing job getting to the NCAA tournament as well. And of course, your family has a deep connection to the University of Akron and to Zips athletics, and it's obviously why you're here tonight. Tell us more about all of your ties to Akron.
Well, we've kind of put our money where our mouth is here. When we recruit somebody, we tell them, my mother was a professor here. I played baseball here. My daughter went to school here. My son's a soccer player. My wife even took a few classes. So we believe in this place, and it's a good place, and it's a good place to get an education and a great place to play.
Now, Coach, winning consistently at a mid-major is a tough task, but you've guided the Zips to 9 straight, count them, 9, 21-plus win season, joining the likes of Duke, Coach K, not too bad, Florida, Gonzaga, Kansas, Ohio State, Pittsburgh, and Syracuse. What makes Akron so successful in men's basketball?
Well, we have good players. I mean, there's no question about that, and we have winning guys. And once you start to win, you attract better players. And, I'm just proud of what we've done. It's not easy. Obviously, it's a very competitive league, and we're just happy to be here. And I think the stability, people know I'm going to be here.
Well, and you return a lot of experience this season, including the MAC Player of the Year candidate, Demetrius Tree Treadwell. Love the Tree. Talk about the season and your expectations for the Zips.
Well, we feel like we're going to have a good team. We're big and strong, and, the bottom line for us is, how good a defense we can play and whether we get good backcourt play. We're going to go with a couple of young guys in the backcourt, and if those guys really mature, we feel like we'll have another good team.
Hearing the voice of Keith Dambrot's an amazing job here as the head coach of Akron. We'll see what happens on this opportunity for West Virginia. They're down a man, they're down a goal. And with that, Bevan not able to turn. Coming back is Henry, as West Virginia will push on, trying to get that equalizer. And it'll go out of bounds. We're not going to let you leave without talking about, of course, your incredible success at Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's with perhaps the greatest player of all time, as this one is pushed aside. Let's see if we can get to that picture real quick. LeBron James, and he comes back to Akron, and he brings all the horses. Kemba Walker, DeMar DeRozan, DeMarcus Cousins, Andre Drummond, Lance Stevenson. They're all here in Akron. That doesn't hurt recruiting. That's pretty sweet.
No, he's been good to us, obviously. He's a big part of our program and just a super loyal guy. But we have that LeBron James shoe deal, which is a big deal for us in Miami, Ohio State, Kentucky, and us. And LeBron's a good person, and I'm just so happy he's back in town.
Free kick opportunity for West Virginia. That'll go long. I mean, you coached him as a freshman and sophomore, won the state titles as well. Talk about what he was like then and how he's evolved.
Well, he's always been a terrific teammate. He always made the right play. Never thought he was better than anybody else. Just kind of a throwback guy. As great as he is physically, he was just as good mentally, and I think that's what really separates him from all the other great players.
Finally, Coach, you're able to watch these games as a parent or a fan. I mean, how do you keep those together? You got some coaching strategies going around in your head?
Well, thank God I don't know much about soccer, but I will tell you this. It's much easier to play, and then it's second easiest to coach, and the worst is being a parent.
Well, I'll tell you what, your son has certainly made you proud today, delivering some great balls as well, involved in perhaps the game winner as well as it stands 3-2. So, boy, the Dambrats just amazing. Love what you've done for the Zips. Wish you all the best of success.
Well, thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
All right, my pleasure. Keith Dambrat, the fine head coach of the Akron Zips, and probably an even finer dad, enjoying watching Robbie out there. As we thank Dan Satter, the Associate AD as well with the Akron Zips, for making it happen. Dan Satter up in the booth does a great job with Tom Wistrasil, and I'll tell you, the whole athletic department here at Akron, they will roll out the red carpet for you, Steve Bell.
Absolutely. What a guest as well. You have so many parents now that try to pigeonhole their kids into one sport, playing one sport year-round. You see that with a lot of soccer purists. You got to play year-round. What a great example of, as Akron is looking to add to it, a great example of a guy here. Here's a guy who plays baseball, coaches basketball, son can play college soccer. It's awesome. Awesome.
Incredible story, like how it all ties together with multiple sports. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's really all about that loyalty to the Zips. And I loved him here, just to hear him talk about LeBron's loyalty to the area as well.
It means a lot. I mean, it really does to this Akron area. The people remember when he left and took his skills to South Beach. Well, a lot of people taking their skills to University of Akron, especially good soccer players, and they're trying to reload. But you heard the passion in his voice about this program and the athletics here.
So it's 3-2, and it's hard to believe, but as we walk you to the final 20 minutes, has this game finally slowed down just a little bit?
It really has. Again, you look at the first half, 24 minutes into this game, it was all Mountaineers, all West Virginia. It was very quiet in the stadium.
Macchione is in, and Macchione's making a run down the middle. He doesn't get it back. It's top of the 18. Here's a shot, and Johnson will get low.
A good positioning from Lee Johnston that time.
Sam Gainford with the shot.
He's had an impact as Gainford has come off the bench now in both halves with a nice look at goal, a long-range shot. Both times it was saved by Johnston, but I like how he goes at players, Gainford does, and not afraid to pull the trigger.
Youth clubs and players want to be noticed by the top college programs, and the NSCA can help through its partnership with Elite Tournaments. The NSCA College Showcase connects you with college coaches so you can show off your talents. Clubs, players, and college coaches can find more information at nscaa.com/events. Under 21 minutes remaining in this one, the Zips have come from behind. They trailed in this one, believe it or not, 2-0 early doors. And they've come back with 3 goals, and now they have a man advantage, and the AK Rowdies getting louder.
Yeah, you talk again, Marlon LeBlanc, about when his team is playing well, what they do, and they have a high passing completion, over 80% they like to be around, possession at 54%. Those are all great things, but very difficult to do on the road, and even more difficult when you're down a man trying to catch a game as well.
Clock will stop. And now a card will be given to Larea and the Akron Zips. Larea from Toronto. You're starting to hear Marlon LeBlanc even from across the field. He brings all kinds of passion, Marlon LeBlanc. Played at Penn State. Actually, their next game is at Penn State as he looks forward to going back to face smiling Bob Warming and the Nittany Lions.
And one of the things he's been most pleased about this season is how his group has handled the adversity, the injuries that they've had, the tough breaks where they continue going. And if this result holds up, it'll be another one to add as a lesson, and more adversity.
Najim will lose it. Arslan will take a shot, and that would have been a gift for West Virginia as Jad Arslan was there to try to capitalize, but couldn't get his body over the ball. Nate Schultz, which if it ended right now, he would have the game winner.
His first career goal, as you mentioned, a lot of goals in high school from Mayfield. A beautiful run getting on the end of that one, just a near post, flicking it past Lee Johnston.
Abdul Salam. Bevan.
He's been quiet here in the second half. They've got to get him more involved.
Zach Leadham, number 11, is in for Marlon LeBlanc. Your goals in this one: Andy Bevan in the 12th minute, assist from Merriam and Kane. Then Bevan again in the 25th, unassisted. Then Stuart Hotuzen for Akron pulled one back, assist Richie Laria. Then Najim tied it in the 28th minute as Akron's looking for more. And then it indeed was Robbie Dambrot with the great ball to Nate Schultz, and that's where we stand, 3-2 Zips.
And it's your typical come from 2 goals down to score 3 type of game.
It's funny you say that, but you really did feel like it was not even close to over at 2-0.
You didn't. It was quiet here, but both teams had those chances, had the looks, and you talked about it before, that opportunity to get that third goal. Well, you're up 3. They always say the 2-goal difference is the most dangerous one, right? Well, you like being up 3. They had their opportunity.
Incredible schedule on NSCAA TV, put together by Rob Kehoe, the Director of College Services for the NSCAA, who's in the house tonight. Great spending time with him at halftime. Now the Zips, death by possession, Steve. We've seen that a few times here in Akron.
Yeah, it's hard enough playing them when it's even on this field where they use the width and keep the ball. But, they could string 20 passes together here. And the legs are getting tired for the Mountaineers. They're doing a lot of running. They did a lot of running earlier on. When you play that high pressure, you're using a lot of your legs to try to chase it down and make them pay. And you see how quick Akron can move the ball from one side to the other. The movement off the ball, the possession, the angles that they've got are very good.
Wearing the pink shoes, and on it now, Jesse Garcia Aguilar from Portland, Oregon. Abdul Salam, the right back, earns a corner kick. We've been here many a time where we saw Sarkodie make that run, DeAndre Yedlin make that run, and next in line, the senior from Gahanna, Ohio, Saad Abdul Salam.
Yeah, something about the right backs that they've got here. The speed, the skill on the ball, exciting players to watch.
Corner kick. Zips. Gainford delivers a great ball. It fell to the feet right there of Brad Ruhock, the center back, who you saw score a goal against Hartford.
Yeah, scored with his head in that game. This one fell to his foot when maybe he thought he was too open there. I think he was a little surprised that the ball fell right down. No one from West Virginia there and couldn't direct it on frame.
Down near the end line. Flag is up, though, offside before Sam Gainford could get there. He took a step too early.
Ruhak scored a goal in that game. Was also the defensive player of the tournament, the University of Akron tournament.
High pressure. A whistle and a free kick opportunity. For West Virginia, that's exactly what they need. Able to get some blue jerseys into the 18. Raskaski delivers a long ball. And it was Ruhak who headed the first one out. Second one handled by Luria.
You can tell West Virginia is tired as well. Marlon LeBlanc is trying to get 3 subs in on the next dead ball situation. Is that, again, the energy you spend down a man is tough, and this might be his opportunity to get him in.
Luria will knock it out of bounds, and let's see here. Nope, throw in. Marlon has pushed Desiderio even higher.
Just managing the game now. 6 passes in a row.
Akron trying to switch it. Michael Pepra, number 19, won that first ball. Bevan will go down. And here's another one of those opportunities. Like to see Bevan wait, he doesn't. Down a man, I feel like you got to wait. Anything you get whistled for this side of the midway point.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, it's a low-risk opportunity, right? You get that foul, and maybe it's the tired legs. You see those subs we were talking about where you need to make that run, right? You're down a goal. You got to push it forward, but they are tired. Getting some fresh legs in, and Marlon LeBlanc is hoping they can have an impact here in the final 12 minutes.
Throw in for Pepra. 3 subs, as pointed out by Steve Bell. Delighted to be in the booth with Mr. Bell. I'm Dean Linke. Billy Hartman along for the ride as well with Kelsey Steele and Allie Dosman. Well, it would have another push here and the whistle back. It would have taken some incredible athletes. These are pretty talented, but to keep up the pace that they delivered for the first 60 for all 90, it would have been just amazing.
Yeah, and they came out flying. They came out with that high pressure and did, you know, it's a great game plan they put together. They did, to their credit, they did come in and didn't pack it in and you know, look for restarts. They looked to play soccer. They looked to play that high pressure, and it worked. And in the end, you've got, you know, a couple bounces that went the wrong way. Akron taking advantage of some opportunities, and you know, the red card just is making it tough. We say all that. There's still time to go in this one.
Yeah, remember this play because Desiderio kept it alive. Some subs off the bench in the game to try to make a difference, including up top Tolu Ibakunli, the freshman from Wynwood, Pennsylvania, wearing number 13 right in the middle of your screen.
Tolu's big target, good with his back to goal, that central presence.
Jake Driscoll also into the game. It's Driscoll who will try to win that head ball, but it's won by Akron.
Talk about this program that they've got here with Jeremy Embick and what they've done here. And Dean, you mentioned Ken Lola before, and I like to call the 3 degrees of separation with Ken Lola and what he's done here. You know, everybody knows Akron won the national championship in 2010 after losing it in 2009. A lot of people forget they were in the national championship back in 1986 where they lost to Duke. And you look at the Duke program, well, who played at Duke? No one other than Kenny Lola. And that was a team where he was there, his 82 season. He took Duke to their first ever #1 ranking. He went on and actually graduated. And Duke then went on to win their first national championship against, guess who? Well, Akron.
Wow, good stuff.
And he takes the program here, builds that program in a #1 powerhouse, but leaves before they win a national championship. And against who? Well, Akron. Actually, Louisville. Goes to Louisville.
Right.
And just
loses to Akron. Incredible. Abdul Salam. We just had Duke on Tuesday night against Davidson right here on NSCAA TV. John Kerr was the player of the year on that national championship game.
Any way you look at it, if you're the next coach at University of Louisville, that's a good sign for you, because right after Ken Lola, the program he builds, you're destined to win a championship, whether it's a player or the coach, and really credit to Ken Lola and what all the coaches here at Akron have done. Again, in 60 years, they've had 3 losing seasons.
Incredible. Dambrot will lose it. In a moment, we'll go down to Kelsey Steele to get her take as well, perhaps even a West Virginia take, as they're down a man and down a goal. And on that foul was a hard one indeed. Let's go down to Kelsey Steele on the sideline.
Wouldn't sleep on the Mountaineers just yet. Last Friday, we had a similar performance in the women's squad. Pierre-Louise was ejected with a red card, and they ended up coming back and winning the game. So, you know, we got 8 minutes left. Who knows what they can do? It's going to be a good one.
All right, Kelsey, thank you so much. As West Virginia, she's right, down a man, scored 2 goals against a very good Texas Tech team to win 4-1. A little different here, though, against the Akron Zips, who are they're just keeping the ball as well.
Yeah, Akron is so good on the ball. They, you know, you need them to manage the game here, keep possession, move the ball, and if for no other reason, not to take the hard fouls. Again, West Virginia's coming in. You saw another hard tackle there. The longer you keep the ball, more likely is you're going to get hit. With the man advantage, move the ball around, change the point of attack, and try to get out with the win.
Approaching the 7-minute mark. Be a throw in for Akron. Referee will let him play on. It'll be knocked out of bounds. Pretty good touch there by Marlon LeBlanc. Marlon has really done a phenomenal job at West Virginia.
Yeah, again, you look at being ranked in the top 25 for each of the past 8 seasons and what he's doing here. And you know, he's asked this week, you know, his favorite moment in terms of coaching and what he's liked the most. And, you know, we just talked about winning a national championship. That's what we want to do. He, you know, he's not settled, and they've done a lot of great things, but that's the ultimate goal.
Luria pushing forward. West Virginia able to win it. Ibakunli not able to do much with it. In fact, we'll knock it out of bounds.
Well, you see the difference the man advantage makes. The last 10 minutes of the game, Akron is just sort of, again, managing the game, keeping possession, keeping it away from their goal, and not much that West Virginia can do when they've got the ball here. They've got to keep it. And that's a perfect example. Again, the tired legs, you want to do it, but that's just an unforced error.
Throw in too long.
Akron finding their form after scoring 3 goals against Michigan earlier in the week, now 3 against West Virginia. As they got this homestand here. Again, you want to be hitting your form now, and I'm sure there's a lot of work they want to do in the back line with the 2 goals that they scored where they weren't very crisp, but
you're right, Steve. Western Michigan will come in next Saturday, and then Cleveland State all at home. Let's see if the Mountaineers can scratch one back. Louis Thomas to Ibakunle.
it's great defending.
Najum, first team All-MAC as a freshman, squares it. West Virginia did well to hustle back. Now you got to try to find Bevan. They do. Bevan has it. He's got 4 white jerseys. Can he do it on his own? Looked like he was fouled. Nope. They'll say play on. I thought he was pushed, but perhaps he was just trying to do too much.
Well, it definitely was a hard contact right there. I sort of would tend to agree with you there. It looked like it was a got ball, but got more man than the ball.
Ibakunle over to Bevan. Remember Merriam with the red card. Wondering where Kane is. Merriam's had an incredible season as well, so not only is it a red card, but it's a player that is so good in front of the goal and finding Bevan, finding Kane, and that foul coming right at midfield.
Yeah, again, you look at the 2 of them. One was a smart one, again, 15 seconds before the half, where it looked like a counter for Akron and had an opportunity, and the foul from behind. The second one, not so smart.
Let's see if, despite all of that, West Virginia can flick a header. Steve, you said it best. They just might be out of steam. Driscoll, can he run it down? Looked like it went out of bounds. Pretty sure it crossed the line, but assistant referee said no. Jack Elliott, the center back, will push forward as the offside flag. Everything but the kitchen sink here now with 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, absolutely. Push forward. Anything you got now, you're going after it. Down a man. Winning the second ball here is key.
Flicked. What a great flick by Elliott. Great job tracking back by West Virginia. They may still have something left. Played in the space, Desiderio. And Desiderio will earn the throw in, taken down hard.
It's a good challenge not to give up the corner in that situation.
Long throw, kept alive, battling around. Oh my, cleared off the line. And it looked like Finlayson thought he was fouled.
Unbelievable. On the line with a minute to go.
I thought it was in. Corner kick. Mountaineers still alive, and now Finlayson may have sealed this one. Let's take a look at that last opportunity.
The long throw in, the flick high in there, shirts being pulled all over the place, fouls everywhere. The flick, and look at this. Great effort.
Clearing it off the line for the Akron Zips, the freshman who has come on here in the second half, Jesse Garcia Aguilar. Might be the biggest play of his season.
Yeah, just great positioning. Again, freshman coming in, getting some time, and reading the game so well there in good position, runs back. I like the no call as well. There's bodies everywhere. They're all pulling the shirts. Let it play, let it go. And they might have one more long throw in here. That will do it.
Prime time Mid-American Conference matchup at First Energy Stadium, Cub Cadet Field, and we saw 5 goals. West Virginia started with 2, but Akron came back with 3.
Yeah, what a game. It had a little bit of everything. We went down to the final seconds there, and Akron keeps that undefeated streak here at home.
5 wonderful goals, Steve. Let's take a look at them if you're just tuning in. An unbelievable performance by Bevan.
Yeah, Bevan did it again on NSCA TV. Scores the first one, 12 minutes, getting by Bryce Cregan. And then Cregan again here has a missed touch, falls down right to the feet of Bevan again, one-on-one. First save. Look at this. It stopped, but right back to Bevan, who tucks it in there to go 2-zip West Virginia. But Akron would come the other way. Richie Larea with the through ball outside. Stuart Holt-Hewson tucks it in off the post to cut the lead at 2-1. Still here in the first half. And you look at the long ball. How about this touch here? Najem off the chest in the area, gets pulled down. Great call on the PK.
He earned the foul, and guess what? He'll take the free kick.
Look at this. He's going to do the rest. Not a PK, just outside. Soto distracted the goalie. Look at that space that's open right there. He found it. You can't give him that much room. Look again, Soto right in front of the keeper there, runs back quickly to get onside, but enough of a distraction for Najem to hit it in, and we're tied at 2 right before half on a big goal.
And that's how they would go to halftime, tied at 2. But then the basketball coach's son, Robbie Dambrot.
Yeah, it looks like the alley-oop pass here to the near post, perfect, and Schultz comes in to dunk it home on the near side.
Little alley-oop, little dunk, LeBron James, you name it. Remind everybody, the 2015 NSCA convention is January 14 through 18 in Philadelphia, and you can register now. Get there, nscaa.com/convention. Steve Bell, Dean Linke here up in the booth as the Akron Zips make their way over. A couple of heroes, of course, several heroes, so many great players to pick as players of the game. And they'll head over to talk to the AK Rowdies real quick.
Again, you got to give West Virginia credit. Again, down a man on the road, one of the toughest places to play in the country, and they fought down to the wire there. A ball that was cleared off the line and easily maybe could have gone in overtime here. The opportunities that they had as well, but give this West Virginia group credit. They fought a good fight tonight.
And the players enjoy now the AK Rowdies. All right, it has been an unbelievable night. The players, rightfully so, deciding to spend some time with the AK Rowdies, the great student fan base here for Akron. Your final thoughts on a 3-2 Akron win?
Yeah, West Virginia gave it all they had. Great game plan coming in, getting the 2-goal lead. But when you got a team that's so good at home, they're not going to panic, even though they're a young team. Akron did well, fought back, and gets the W.
I want to thank Rob Kehoe, the NSCA Director of College Services, for being here as well. Our host, doing an amazing job, Billy Hartman on the sidelines the entire game, Allie Dosman and Kelsey Steele. Kyle Lang and the gang as well. My broadcast partner is Steve Bell. I'm Dean Linke. Your final score once again from the soccer mecca known as Akron. It's Akron 3, West Virginia 2. And you saw it all right here on NSCAA TV with goals galore. 4 in the first half, 1 in the second. Your final score once again, Akron 3, West Virginia 2. Thanks for being with us.